Peace and love. This is your host, LaFortune L.
And his wife, Urena.
And this is More Love,
More like
More LaFortune. So, happy holiday, first off.
for the modern folk, Friday.
Yeah, Friday, right. But happy holiday to all my Muslims, and all of you are Muslim. It doesn't matter what you think or know, but yeah. But today's episode is going to be a very powerful episode, and I think you might want to just really listen with your heart. Don't listen with your just your ears. Listen with your heart and really hear what we're saying, because it's gonna unlock some keys within yourself, and it's gonna help you. It's gonna attract exactly what you want. You know, those law of attraction and all of that stuff. Yeah, that stuff is for real. Because as a man thinketh, so is he. So if you're thinking and you're manifesting mentally, all your thoughts are positive about what you want, and you're being wide open and clear about it, you keeping it 100 with yourself, you're gonna find it. It's gonna come and knock right on your door and hand itself to you, and all you're gonna have to do is sign, and you'll never have to worry about returning that package ever again. So with that being said,
we hope y'all enjoy. Again, if you have any comments, any questions, any concerns, if you have any ideas that you want to pitch to us, please reach out to us at lovelightfortune@gmail.com. We'll be more than happy to respond as quickly as we can. Y'all sit back, relax, enjoy another episode of More Love,
More Light,
More Love Fortune.
Peace.
Y'all.
So there's a lot of I don't feel like there's a lot of realness when I see, and I'm not knocking nobody for doing it, but like I just, I guess it's just how I want to approach these situations and kind of be real, like with our people when it comes to marriage and being intimate with a person, being marriage engaged, stuff like that, couples, what are you gonna call long term relationships, just be real, like with the communication part of what you want, and that's why it seems like things, the relationship isn't steady because of people aren't being pleased, or a guy might not know exactly what pleasing his woman is. Like he thinks he knows because he's making one scream. Maybe that doesn't get the next woman off or something like that. So, you have to communicate and be real with your words when you're talking about it. Like, tell me what pleases you. Don't just assume that I know, or I want to know.
Expect you to figure it out.
They expect me to figure it out, right? And you think you felt like you hit the G spot this time, but
not even in a sexual aspect. In all ways, like people tiptoe in a relationship because they're scared they're gonna hurt someone's feelings or step on someone's toes or feel like they can't speak to their partner about this or that. You know what I'm saying? And then like they withholding that, but then most of them are seeking it elsewhere instead of just trying to, you know what I'm saying, communicate that there's a desire and a need, so that your partner can feel it.
And just instead of running away from what needs to be fixed, instead of fixing the leaky pipe, you just gonna go get a new house. You're just gonna go live in a new house and never fix that problem, or never learn how to fix water pipes. So the next time you deal with that, you're like, all right, I'm not running from this one. Hey, listen, I'm not gonna run from this situation this time. Let's talk about it.
Right.
I'm not finna. I know you used to slamming the door, you and your partner get mad and you haul ass, or the other person haul ass, and nobody talks to each other. No, let's go ahead and slice this now. Because if something was to happen to either one of us right then and there, we'd feel really bad. You feel me? So
confused.
Right, feeling confused about how that ended or whatnot. So just gotta be real, man, and communicate.
Be natural. Like, do what's natural. Like, if it feels like it's something that you holding there and you can feel it, like, you need to let that go. Like, be you. If you can't be you and help grow that person, let that person help you grow and, you know what I'm saying, benefit you in that way, then what is you doing but wasting time?
And
because those things that you've been holding back for so long are going to be the reason that you end up leaving, or that person end up leaving, because they can't understand you. They can't figure you out. They don't know why you're mad. You seem like you got an attitude when really that could just be your personality. Like, you just need time to yourself. They can feel like they're bugging you, or you mad at them because you didn't communicate that fact.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You weren't truthful. You weren't forthcoming. You were just trying to put on an act. You know what I'm saying? And be an actor in a role, and not really being a human being, like a flesh and blood person, like a natural being.
And you're only strong as your weakest link. So whatever your weakness is, like, fix it. That way it becomes your strength. So now you no longer have to worry about not, that always coming up, and you already know you're gonna run. That's your guaranteed that
just worked every time.
Yeah, like I'm running, dodge this one. Why dodge it when then you play the game of always looking back, because you don't know if that ball is gonna roll back or not. So you don't trust anybody. You don't even trust yourself, because you already know I'm gonna fake out. I'm exit button. I'm gonna dip out on the situation. So running from the situation is not gonna help it. Like a good friend of mine, he was dating this girl. I'll tell you a real quick story. So he was dating this girl, and her initials came out to be NRA. And so,
Nigga Run Association.
Not NRA, but not not for the other stuff. But basically what those acronyms was, and he added another one, but it had nothing to do with her initials. So anyway, but it was what the words were. It said never run away from our problems. And so it was her initials, but he that was a perfect acronym to live by, not even just so in a relationship standpoint, just in life in general. So and I noticed that when I used to observe them in high school and stuff, like, they really never ran away from their problems. Like, it didn't matter if they was in the middle of the hallway. If she's snapping, he was right back at her, or either trying to whatever she was saying, he was going back and forth with her, not necessarily in a yelling standpoint, because we in the hallway. So it didn't matter where they was at. They handled their situation right then and there. They never ran away from it. So,
but I feel like also, though, by getting to know your partner, you can approach it different, because you'll have a different outlook. You have their perspective of what they're trying to tell you versus your own inference that this is exactly what must be happening, or what this must mean, or what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Versus playing that guessing game, like, if you just know why this person feels this way, then we don't have to snap at each other. And then you can figure out from the jump if this is going to work for you or not, so that you don't waste time. You can move on. Yeah, you can live and learn lessons, but you don't want to waste your time.
Right, and be sitting there trying to figure out, what am I doing wrong? Or what am I not doing? Why they won't talk to me? You're like, of course, and that thought is going to come of, are they talking to somebody else and telling them? But it's like, no, we gotta straighten out what's going on and the task at hand and deal with the situation. So I yield the floor.
Absolutely, babe. That's what we gotta do. So how do you deal with me? How did it work? Did you feel like we did that from the jump? Like, as far as, I know I'm very open and stuff, but do you feel like I came out and told you exactly what I need? Do you feel like sometimes you have to try to figure that out, or?
I don't know, like, well, I do know. So, like, in the beginning, I felt like I had to, like, but now it's like I've understood who you are, and I realized, okay, well, I know my role. Not know my role, but I know my role with how to dealing with, different emotions you may have, or how you're feeling about a certain category or whatever, or something like that, and just know my role with how to handle you.
And that's how I feel too, because if you've been a Cancer, like, that was trying, because you either kind of sometimes shut down and don't want to talk about anything, or
right.
You get upset or defensive, and it's just like, you don't want to just shy away and not be able to assist that person, but you just kind of got to know how to, you know what I'm saying, maneuver your way in to where you can finesse the situation and avoid all that from even blowing up to be something that wasn't even supposed to be, because that's just how that person is handling that situation.
Right.
It ain't nothing against you.
And speaking from first experience, I can tell you, I used to do that. You feel me? Like, I used to be like, Up, I'm gonna shut down. Fuck it. System shut down. Boom. I just hit a mental button, and it's like nobody knew when I pushed it, and I didn't care that I pushed it. And if you didn't understand and knew that I pushed it, that was on you. That's just how I felt. So now it's like I don't have to do that. Like in past situations and past relationships, I had to realize, all right, I ain't telling them shit. Fuck, I'm just shut down on everybody. And now I feel like, I don't have to shut down. You know, somebody and
Somebody hears you.
Right, somebody hears me. Somebody's challenging me to want to open up. They're challenging me to sit down and be like, look, tell me what's going on, player. Like, let's sit down and let's hear you now. And I'm like, what? You want to listen to me? They're just like, oh my God. So now, you know, and then the relationship that we have, that plays a big key role. So like how we are as not necessarily just as a couple or just married people, but like as friends, you know, we were friends first. So like we really got to know each other. So being able to be around the opposite sex and you enjoy their company all the time and they hear you out when you feel like nobody else listens to you, just your demeanor and how you treat them is going to play you. They're going to see it. You never used to open up and talk about it. You talk to them about it. And you even tell them, look, I ain't never opened up to nobody in my life but you. So that lets me know that you're a different type of energy that I'm dealing with. You feel me? So I've said that to you several times. And I was like, whew, I felt super relaxed knowing that I can talk about it. I don't have to ball it up and just swallow that feeling of whatever it is. And I just keep getting fat off of that, and that's gonna hurt me. When you think about it in that sense, that'll hurt me to just keep swallowing something that's not good for me.
Facts.
You feel me? Don't just sit there and swallow stuff that's not good for you. Like, handle the situation, man. You know, just choose wisely with your when it comes to your partners and stuff. Like, make sure you really have a lot in common, man, because not just in common on materialistic things or anything like that, but somebody that's able to understand who you are as a soul. Whether you are rough, whether you are gentle. Being able to have somebody that you can communicate that with, they know how to deal with you.
Like
you know how to deal with you. Yeah, you got to compliment each other. And this is a big topic like I want to talk about for a while now, so it's gonna be a part 2, so don't worry. I'm not gonna put it all in one. But complimenting each other plays a big role, and we're gonna probably talk about it in just about every episode because that's the key. That's the key. Like, that's the secret. Mm-hmm. That's the secret to any relationship, any marriage,
partnership,
business. I'm talking about for anybody. It don't matter what nationality you are, what color you are. It doesn't matter. If you have that connection, oh, y'all gonna break bread every time. You feel me? You gonna be going hard, fellas. You gonna go hard to want to get the house and the things that you know that your wife is gonna do her part. I mean, your soulmate is gonna do their part.
And when we gotta do better, like we just let our men go by the wayside. Everybody beating down on them. I know they some of the difficultest people today, and you know it's hard, but a lot of this was our doing.
Yeah.
And we chasing massa and looking after them because we want what's material, but we need to get back to what's natural.
And I guarantee if you sit down with that man that just seemed like a lot of things ain't going his way or he just has some wild tendencies, I guarantee you if you give him that talk, he's always going to remember it. You know why? Because he going to be in a situation after y'all separate or something like that, he gonna realize, damn, I'm just using a random name. Shanika was right. Nah, let's not use Shanika. Keisha was right. So, damn, I fucked up with Keisha. Like, she really kept it real with me. Like, I do need to work on expressing and letting that person know how I feel, because if I don't, this is just a stalemate, and I'm creating a wall when it comes to relationship and building with women. You're building a wall that's gonna get real tall. but nobody can see it. You feel me? Like, it's gonna get real tall, and you're gonna wonder why you're not finding the right ones, or ain't none of them messing with you.
And we also gotta like stop taking our feelings so seriously. Like, it's nothing wrong with feeling a vibe and having emotions, but like sometimes you just gotta grit your teeth because some of that don't need that energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't feed into it. Like, some of it's just for you to be ignored. You know what I'm saying? Ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
Move on. Don't dwell on something and then it festers. You know what I'm saying? Clear the path. Move on. Get over it. Don't go to bed angry all the time with your friends, your family. I mean, because we don't know.
Right.
You don't want to live with no regrets.
Right. Yeah. And our people.
Don't give people that much power to take your tighten up away.
Yeah.
Even in a relationship.
Yeah, because our people, things are happening. Like, we're in a time now where, like, and we all know this, of course, because life isn't certain. We can all go any day now. So it's like you have to go ahead and have a clear path, have clean hands, when it's your time to go. Like, make sure you do everything that's necessary, man. Like, don't leave no bridges burned, I guess, in a sense. Like, just, I don't know. Don't leave that energy out there with nobody, man. Don't leave no static. Like, I can go back to Miami and my face is completely clean.
Right.
Completely clean with anybody. I don't have to look over my shoulder for nothing when I go back home. Even when I come, to my other places where I've lived, I don't have to do that. So just work on learning self, yeah, and studying yourself.
Stop blaming everybody.
Yeah, and take time for yourself.
Look in the mirror, and you need a partner that can show you your mirror, even though some people may not want that. Like, you throwing myself up in my face, but sometimes you need to see that. Because how you gonna correct it if you don't see it? And correct it for yourself, not even that person, because it's been hindering you all this time.
Mm-hmm.
There's no growth in that. It's stagnant. It stinks. Grow, build. That's what we're here for.
I'm gonna just say this last thing. Your strength bag gets lighter because there's nothing you have to carry because you're doing everything the right way. You feel me? Like, your weaknesses are the heavy bags. That's that song Erykah Badu, Bag Lady and Bag Man. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be toting around them bags. That's the baggage that nobody wants to deal with. Okay. So by you strengthening all your weaknesses, you no longer carry any baggage. You coming with open hand. You feel me? You coming to build. You know, I'm coming with, I don't know how he act with such and such. Like, you let them know, look, I like to build like this. You the type of woman I want to build like this. They trust me, male and female, they gonna respect it when you keep it 1,000 with them. Perfect example, me and my wife. I laid it all on the table. All on the table in the first quarter. All on the table. You feel me? Like, I laid it all on the table. So it was up to her whether she wanted to deal with me, and deal with the baggages and the flaws that I had and the characteristics that grew upon me that didn't belong to me, but they decided to attach themselves to me.
Mm-hmm. And life experience.
Right, because from previous life experiences. So I'm toting around this stuff that I didn't even know I had, and I'm like, damn, I got to get rid of that stuff. Like, this stuff is weighing me down. So, like, and it took some time. It took some time because she had to download not only everything that I gave her on the first night, but like me dealing with her in different type of situations, whether it was a financial situation, whether it was a family situation, whether it was dealing with a car, with jobs, like kids, like how does she deal with a guy losing a job, or how do I deal with a woman losing a job, or how you pay bills? Do you pay them on the last day before they do, or as soon as you get the bill, like you
get 15 extensions?
Right, you bring it to the attention, like, this is gonna be paid on this day. All right, let's circle the calendar. Let's make a calendar. That person probably
budget everything.
Yeah, budgeting. That person probably never knew anything about that. They just knew, man, I pay that shit right before it's due. Like, you don't want that you don't want to build on those that's a weak foundation.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
That is a weak foundation, and we can't fortify a temple brick by brick living like that and doing like that. So you'll never get anywhere. You'll always be by yourself. You can be married and be by yourself.
Be in the same room with that person.
Be in the same room and be so distant. It ain't even just the phone that'll help you stretch that distance. Just still, you can still, without the phone, phones can be dead. You still be in the room like,
the soul be straight gone, the mind somewhere else.
I'm finna play the video game as soon as she go to sleep. Oh, while she's sitting here, I'm about to play this damn
There's
game.
no consideration.
Right, there's no consideration. Like, instead of that time sitting there separate, not talking, y'all could be building, like.
And figure out if it's going to work for y'all. If it's not, by all means, you don't want to be in a money pit house. I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Money Pit.
Oh,
but
man.
they kept having to put all this money in the house. You don't want to do that. That's why I'm saying don't waste your time. But give somebody a chance, because we've all been through something. And most of it comes from our childhood. Like, if you just found out somebody's background, their parentage, what happened, what their parents were like, you can understand them so much more.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of
We
different
don't take the
people's
time to do
stories.
that.
Yeah. No.
Like when I used to draw blood, they just draw people blood, can't get it. They call me, why could I get it? Because I took my time to sit there and find in. You know what I'm saying? I didn't try to rush it. And then if it didn't work, move on. You know? But give each other a chance. Like, we need each other. We all we got. We the only ones you don't see that's really partnering up. When we need partnership as far as business, as far as relationships, as far as raising these children. You know, like, you don't have to be angry at the baby mama. The baby mama don't get angry at the baby daddy, the stepmom, the stepdad. Like, these kids need all of us. And some more kids need all of us that don't have anybody.
Yeah. I've just from observing different movies and different nationalities in movies, just how they deal with each other. Like, if a European guy runs into a ex-girlfriend in the movie, he's like, hey, you know, not necessarily, for the most part, he don't usually be done treated her so bad, calling her out her name and stuff like that. So when he see her, it's, hey, how you doing? Dang, I wish we can get back. You know, usually a thought that they have on their brain is to get back together. You feel me? It ain't, oh, I hate her guts. I want to hurt her now. Like, no, we shouldn't have that feeling every time we see exes, or we trying to avoid.
Trying to dodge them.
Yeah, trying to dodge them in public because of how stuff is. Like, no, I mean, if they toxic, absolutely.
Perfect, right, yeah.
But if ain't nothing really happened like that and it just didn't work out, it didn't work out. Like,
work out. And you could have learned so much from each other to build and be stronger for the next person, but you don't want to be damaged and carrying that from one person to the next. That's why I say get out. If you see it ain't working, don't try to hold on to something that, if the shoe don't fit, either walk barefoot or get another one, you know?
Yep.
And sometimes we need to walk barefoot because we don't know ourselves still. And we could be the cause of a lot of our own problems.
Yeah.
You know? And then you forcing it on somebody and expecting them to accept it, and they don't. Like, what the hell? Like, hold up, what's that? But you don't see that you're doing it. You don't see you're wrong because you don't want to look at you. That's why you point the finger. You know, the finger, you know, you're looking at somebody else wrong. You want to blame them, but it's really you. Like, we got a lot of work to do, people. Male, female, even the children. We got to stop, like, letting other people raise our children because they're installing these same ideas in their head that they put in yours. Like, when is the cycle going to end? Because we're going to wipe ourselves out.
Yep.
They ain't even have to do it. We're going to wipe ourselves out.
It'll be the song that never ends.
Never
and it just goes on and on. Like, you heard it. You remember that Lamb Chop song? I'm pretty sure some of y'all, our older listeners, but like,
right,
gotta switch out of that stuff, man, because it's not gonna build you as a better person. It's not gonna help you become a better person. So just imagine if millions of people aren't fixing themselves, what that's creating in this world, what it look like. It's just a bunch of savages. Like, we not in the jungle. Yeah, we not wolves. Like, we not part of the wolf pack. Like, no, we shouldn't be ready to bite a nigga head off every time I see him. Like, man, come on, man. Right. You can't be on that type of vibe. So.
And we just got to build our foundation on love, man. At the end of the day, love not just with your mate again, but with everyone. If you approach it with love and a warm heart, even if the person is mad, you change the situation because you didn't give them nothing to work with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't give them nothing to work with. They couldn't argue back at you. They couldn't. It was like bubbling, just fizzled out. Like,
and see, that was a thing. Like, for example, like, that was a thing in my past where it was like something. It was. Somebody would say something and it was like, and I just let it bubble and then boom, it just volcano blow up. Now it's like, I see you now. nice try, but it ain't worked this time. That's what I'm telling myself, because that's
that tiger in your dream.
Yeah, this is, man, I'll tell y'all a story about, I got a dream. You can tell your kids, you can use it. Hey, just use it. But I'll tell y'all on another episode. But yeah, man, you just gotta know how to recognize, see the situation, how to assess the situation, attack the situation.
Yeah, that's it.
And just execute every time. Like I've done it myself. Like my wife helped me do it, so I know it worked. You feel me? Like it's possible. Anything is possible.
Instead of just letting them get that much power and get you that anger, do you know how much energy and how hot your body gets when you get mad and your heart pumps? You just let that person get all of that.
Perfect example. Now try riding in the car with the AC on, right? And not too high, but not too low. And you get on the phone to have a loud, arguing, crazy conversation with somebody. I guarantee you, on that ride, you turned the damn air off and put the windows down, because it was that fucking hot in that car.
The energy out.
You done. That AC was not enough. It's like, nah, this shit is on -2. Like, man, give me the air. Like, I've done it. I've had to air out the car myself, so I'm telling you what I know. I'm not just speaking something I don't know. I've done it. Like, I was gunshot sweating with the AC on, just going at it. And like, as soon as I got off the phone, I had to hit. Listen, every window was touching the bottom. You would have thought somebody bust all the windows out the car. I had every window down.
Yeah, man.
Because I had to let go that, you ain't finna ride with me. Like, you ain't putting no gas in this car. You ain't helping me at all doing that.
Having headache and
Having
everything.
headache, damn, can't mess around and don't have no water in the car, and now your throat dry because you been snapping and rapping and capping and ain't even listening.
Not even listening.
Y'all just tongue war, just going back and forth, man.
And ain't nothing happening, ain't nothing been established, ain't nothing been heard.
I was about to say, ain't nobody listening. Because if she talking and you talking, who heard what?
Nobody.
Only thing you heard was
Static.
she called you a nigga and he called you a bitch. That's all y'all gonna hear, and then boop. Now it goes off track onto another track of a conversation that ain't even got to be dealt with. That ain't even had to be created. Now what y'all arguing about? Can't even remember. Can't even remember.
They got so many issues now, they can't even deal with the first one.
Just lashing out, flashbacks of old previous shit just snapping out, capping out, popping out. They're like, oh, he's turning up. Let's get out. You know, and you like, whoa.
It's our time now.
Yeah, it's our time to turn up. He done hit the evil button. Let's give all the he done hit the negativity button. Let's jump out. Let's give him some help. Let's help him get them words out. And that's what you end up.
Crush somebody to the max.
Man, you done Godzilla stumped somebody. You can't come back from that.
Not in the same way.
Not in the same way. Like
it's like breaking a mirror. After you put it back together, it's always gonna be cracks.
Right. Perfect example. Say no more. So.
Yeah. Well, this has been a good one, y'all. Like, I hope y'all enjoy it. We be talking like this just like normally when we high in elevation, and we just started talking in the car. So it's natural. It's not nothing that's pre-written or recorded. We just kind of go. So if it seemed like we jumped topic or it didn't make no sense, listen to it again, because there's a message there somewhere. I mean, you got to just unscramble it. But
and then on top of that, this is what's going on in your brain. You got over 5, at least.
A lot.
Yeah, I can't even put a number on it because you really don't know, and can't nobody tell you. But like, you have over thousands and thousands of thoughts going on in your head at one time. You thinking about the bills, you thinking about your kids, you thinking about your grandma, you thinking about mom, how she doing. You thinking about a lot of stuff. You think about a lot of stuff, man. I could go on and on and on. Just that goes to show you that you have a lot of thoughts going on. So we those voices in your head, you know, and it's okay that you feel that way and you have those thoughts, because you're not alone and you've never been alone. Like, we have these thoughts too. Just because we're ascending mentally, that doesn't mean we don't experience things. Like, we hear it all. You know, and it's like the more everybody ascends and try to live better, the more you're going to hear different thoughts, because it's going to be stuff that's just going to come against you. And let me see how strong that has he been getting. Let me see if this training, this mental knowledge training, this workout training that he's been getting. Let me see how tough it is. Like, me throwing these negative thoughts, how is this gonna affect him? So that's all it is.
Absolutely, baby.
So peace and love.
And what are y'all people?
We love y'all. Take care. Do something you haven't been doing. Do something new. But don't scare them. I don't know if everybody like jokes being played on them or being scared and stuff. So y'all figure something out that's positive and just, just do something.
And take it slow. Don't think it's going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
In any situation. It takes work. Like,
it takes work.
It takes work.
So y'all take care. More love.
More light.
More of fortune.
Peace, y'all.